do this for me and go and do that for me. And your son and your children see it and they mentor you. Because if it is good for him, it must be good for them. Why can't they do it too? And that's why I said the majority of very wealthy people's children are on drugs and in the streets. They are the ones committing a lot of crime. And it is sad. So when I see Vera selling her car, putting all of her hard-earned money to put you in school and to give you a better life, even if you don't come back to thank her, what you can do is to be that better person that she wishes for you. Her work is a prayer for you. I have 3 adopted children. The girl child, the only girl child that I've raised of the many children that have grown up in my care. When she came to my home, I asked her, I said, what do you want to do? She said, I want to be a doctor. I said, sure, go and study, get your grades. And someone who was there said, what is wrong with you? You can't go and put her in sewing school. I said, I don't remember her telling me she wanted to sew. Why would you put her in such a, why would you spend that kind of money? I said, let me tell you why. Because the doctors in my family are older than me and they are aging. I am in my 50s. We don't have anybody in my family right now that is a medical doctor. If I don't train her to be a doctor, then who is going to take care of you and me when we get that old? Look to the future. Look to the future when you make decisions. Every opportunity you have to raise a child out of poverty, do it. And even if you don't have the skills, like the MC said, I can't do what Vera is doing, but he can help by contributing and donating to the foundation. That is helping one child off the streets. And so when you have an uneducated child, a girl in your house, like I had one who came to help me, my uncle's wife, and she helped me clean. And then she rearranged my cupboard and she put poisons with my food because she couldn't read. And I walked in and I said, oh my God, it's very easy to wipe out an entire family out of ignorance. And when you have an uneducated girl child, how is she going to help your children with their homework? Even if you don't want her to go and work in an office, it's fine. But you see, for me, an educated woman, when something is wrong in the house, I know exactly what to do and who to call. I support my husband in very many ways, that he doesn't feel the burden and the stress of having a family. The girl child can contribute so much only if society is willing to educate her. And so a man who has 5 girls, so what happens to him? He doesn't educate any of them. What's going to happen? He's going to look for husbands for them and, oh yeah, we're just going to push you off to a man and get married. And what is her value to the man outside of bearing children? My father had to make that decision to educate his daughters, but it didn't start with him. It started with my grandfather. But my father was frightened because he felt that the world was not ready for women who were educated. But he did it painfully. I don't know what he told my elder brothers and my older sisters, because we're 4 women. But what he said to me was, I'm not educating you because I want you to go and be the Lord and Master in your husband's house. But I want to educate you because I need you to support the head of the house. And that at any time the head of the family should fall, that means death has taken him, or that he falls ill, that you as a woman would not need to prostitute yourself on the streets to get money, but that you'll be able to work your way to support your husband and your family and help your husband raise his family. And that is the strength of a woman. Get our girls off the streets. And when I look at the teenagers that have been carried around by our politicians, young girls from the age of 14 to 21, taken from school, miniskirts, vulgar, smoking all kinds of things. I ask, and where is your daughter? Where is your daughter? And how does this fascinate you? How is this even exciting? Where is your daughter? And unknown to many of them, their daughters, having viewed their fathers doing this to other young girls, are also in the possession of other men doing the same thing, but they don't know. They're even worse off. And when you talk to them, because we go for everybody, we don't select, because saving every child is paramount. That's what Vera is doing. So if you're here today, support this foundation. Donate to this foundation in cash and in kind. Help children get an education. Help people get jobs. The more youths you get off the streets, the safer you will be, and the less security you will need to follow you all around the place. People like us can walk the streets free. Nobody will harm us. I don't have guards in my house. I don't even have houseboys or housegirls. There's nothing like that. And my adopted children, the two young boys, when they first came to my house, like a bag of disease, because yes, they lived in the bush, they ate from the trash cans, the water around their house was stagnant, and they bathed, they used it for toilet, they used it to wash clothes. When they came to my house, it was straight from where I got them to the hospital. It took me 4 years to stabilize those children out of trauma. But I put them in private school, and somebody else said, why will you put them in private school? I said, but why won't I put them in private school? Give me a good reason not to. I said, because the last time I checked, the public schools, most of them have gangs in them. And I'm not going to take them. If I wasn't going to help them, I should have left them where they were. There was no need to go and get the children. The reason we went to get the children was to improve the child's life and give the child a better life than the one he's in. If I'm going to take him out, beat him to death, drag him like a slave, then don't send him to school or send him to where he's going to even be worse off, I'm going to be his first target, believe it. Yeah. I will be his first target. And then someone will tell you, oh, if you help them, they're very ungrateful people. I say, because you never formed a relationship and you never bonded with the child. Yes. If you had, he will never or she will never forget you. Yes. Raise children the way they should be raised. Stop leaving your, what they call it, your responsibility for somebody else. And if you have been able to raise successful children, join hands with organizations like these to raise other children so that they too can be great contributors to this society. On that note, I'm going to say thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I know I talked for a long time. God bless all of you. And please support, help Ministry International 247.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Dr. Omololu Ojehomon.
Thank you so very much, ma.
Thank you.
Ma, two things I want to pick out. That maybe I didn't hear many. I just pick out the two things. Please, I'm just saying my own. You say you help children. I have a 6-year-old son that needs your help. I'm serious. Maybe I'll come and give him to you. I'll show you. Sir, I'm the father. I want to give her because I want to just give him to you. Help me. You know, you said you work with Los Angeles Police Department. He said he wants to be a police. I don't want Nigerian police. Let him be that side. So should I bring him? You see?
I said bring him.
Will I bring him? See me can bring him. And if you see my son, the uniform size, no be. Me and him get the same level. You can say my big one. Please, one more time, please put your hands together for her.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
I beg, some children are already gallivanting everywhere. Please, parents.